Yo, what up, YouTube? It's Ra, and let me holler at you real quick. How you appear and how you present yourself matters. It doesn't matter really who you are, because if your reputation, if how you present yourself, if you're quick to anger, if you're quick to, allow yourself to be taken advantage of or manipulated, or if you're naive, or you let words dictate your actions and what you do next, that's what people remember you for. You're always remembered for your last interaction. It doesn't matter what you've done up until this point. How you present yourself in those rooms, the connections you made, who you surround yourself with, that is very important. A lot of people say, I don't care, I'm real. Well, you'll be real by yourself. That's what's gonna happen. You know, people don't have to tolerate that. People don't have to tolerate that type of behavior, especially if it's negative. How you appear to people, you never know who's watching. So how you appear to people matters, because you never know who's watching and you never know who those people know. So when you're communicating with these people, how you treat them, they might talk to other people, and that person that might have gave you connection, you won't get that connection now, because that how you present yourself. It's like how they say, like, you wake up, you dress to impress, you dress for success, but like also present yourself. Like they say, takes years to make a reputation, and it takes minutes to destroy it. So understand that how you appear, how you're presenting yourself, even if someone talks to you in a certain way, you don't have to type to disrespect, but you also don't have to lose your cool. Keep calm, keep cool, and stay calm, cool, collected. Understand that that's on them. If a lot of times people say things or do things in order to debate you, especially if they know that it bothers you, they're gonna go for the low blow, they're gonna go for the gut punch, because they know, oh, this person struggles with this, or they're insecure about this. Let's say, like, I don't know, you have a condition, or you a heavier set person, and they might say mean things about your weight or your appearance, because they know that you're insecure about that thing to get you to blow up. And then when you blow up, they'll cower in the corner, and then everybody looking at you like you crazy, like you the bad guy, like you're this type of monster or something. So if you keep calm and keep cool, and you know that you're not here for them, you're here for yourself. When you present yourself to the world, when you go out there and you face the world, you're out there for you, to better yourself. You're not putting yourself in these rooms, building these connections, building yourself up, laying the foundation for anybody else but you. Because at the end of the day, you wake up with you, you go to bed with you. So understand that if someone says anything or does anything, keep going. They miserable themselves. Understand this. The fact that a lot of these people you don't even know. You don't even know these people. So understand that, if they're saying these things to you, what does that say about them? Why are they even saying this to you in the first place? So it really don't mean anything. Their words, they hold no weight. They pack no punches. To them they do, because that's how they look at themselves. If you said the exact same thing back to them, they would they would break into pieces. It's like when you use cheap materials. When you buy something cheap, you only get so many uses out of it. So that's who they are. When you appear yourself and you hold yourself to a higher standard, you will be respected, you will be revered, you will be admired. People actually want to be like you. People want to know, hey, what's your secret? How did you do that? How did you get like that? Where'd you learn that from? Now you used to be in a position where, people were taking you under their wing. Now you're taking people under your wing now. Now you're doing the opposite. Now you're paying it forward to the next man, to the next young men and women that need your help, when at one point you needed help. So now you're doing the service and you're pouring back into the community. But if every little thing that happens, you fall apart, you'll never really get to that standard. You'll never get the brass ring. You'll never cross the finish line. If you don't care about how you're discovered, what your reputation is, how you're viewed, how people look at you when you walk in the room, respect is everything. Respect is earned. And if you walk around, with your nose in the air, not having the respect for others, it won't be given back to you. And you can get it back, but it's going to take a long time, because once you have that sour taste in everybody's mouths, it doesn't just go away in thin air. And time doesn't do that. Now, I always talk about how time, it fixes things, it fixes everything. But at this point, people will always remember you for the last interaction, for what you last, whatever you poured into the community last is how you'll be remembered. So you definitely want it to be remembered for something good, you know? Now, that doesn't mean that you should let people go say things regardless. I'm talking about you want to move in a respectful tone and respectful manner, and you want to move with class. That's what I'm talking about. I ain't talking about everybody's opinion matters. People, you could be literally a saint and people will say evil things about you. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about moving with class, moving with respect, moving with courtesy, and pouring back into the community and showing love to others. That's what matters. Move in a positive tone. What you pour out in the world is going to come back to you. So you definitely want it to be something good. But hey, it's Rye. Like, comment, subscribe if you're new. And you got this, homie. It's already yours.